Hey, what's
Hey,
up?
what's up? What's up with your arm?
Why? What
What is?
happened?
It's like suspended in the air. What's going on?
I like to keep you in suspense. How's it going?
Good. How about that England game yesterday, man?
Oh my, OMG.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
OMG, what a game.
What
And
a
I'm
game.
telling you, there is no way if you and I were betting men, there is no way anybody would have predicted 5 goals in that game
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah. But what about that Bellingham? I've always liked him. He's an amazing player. And
I
which
mean,
play?
it's
Which club?
funny in that first goal that he scored. If you watch, they're man marking Kane really well. They've really watched him, and then Bellingham just comes out of nowhere
That was
for that
designed
first
because
goal.
Kane did it on. I mean, that was the design play. Kane wrote, he pulled the defender with him, and then
Yeah,
that's how he became so open. It was completely designed play, without question. Hey, what club
yeah.
does Bellingham play for? What club?
I don't actually. I don't know. Actually,
Oh,
I don't know
yes,
where
great player, great player.
Yeah, Kane is Tottenham. He was Tottenham. I don't know if he is now, but Kane is his he's not young anymore.
I
He's
know
getting
this
up
is
there.
probably his
So
last one. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so no, really good game. And Vancouver was buzzing, man. Vancouver was
A lot of
buzzing
British there.
with with the upset with Brazil. I saw a lot of sad Brazilian
I'm
faces for
sure.
sure.
Yeah,
And here's the thing about that game. That penalty could have changed it. That could have changed the penalty they got that the keeper saved
that's
could
right.
have changed everything.
Absolutely could have completely changed it for sure. Yes,
It's no. It's been an amazing World Cup. And
it has.
yesterday I was at UBC, so University of British Columbia, and they're using that athletes facility at the campus
Oh, okay.
for training and stuff. And there
Oh,
was a whole there was some Norway press officers there
oh.
taking photos and everything. So anyway, and then because I was at the UBC, I was thinking, and I know there's a lot of talk about university, and is it worth it these days? Is it worth to go university? Is it worth to build up a ton of expense? University is expensive. When I went to university back in England, I don't know if you know, but
It
I
was
applied for a
free.
grant. I applied for a grant, so I didn't pay a penny.
Yeah.
And so, I know you have experience with university and you have experience with, working life or whatever. And I was just curious. I'm like, what's your thoughts about university? Is it worth it? I mean, you hear a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of businessmen, they never went to university. And some people are even claim that the school education system doesn't really set people up for
Yeah.
their working life. So I thought I'd ask you, what's your thoughts on that?
I think you're right. It's progressively becoming more and more moving away from the value of university, especially in an entrepreneurial world, in a business world. Now, there are certain things you have to go to school if you want to become a doctor, if you want to become an engineer. There's technical skills you have to go to school. Now, some of the other technical skills nowadays, for example, a programmer, do you really need to go to school to become a programmer? You probably can learn it on the job a lot better, a lot more effectively
Mm,
than going to school. But I think during when I was working, I had a pretty good job. I had doing really well. But the what I wanted to do was I wanted to get into the world of finance. I really wanted to get into business, and I didn't really have a university education. I had done a couple of years of medical school that I had talked about before, but it really wasn't worth anything when we came to England and then in Canada. So I looked for a finance job to try and switch careers to go to finance job, and it was impossible. Every single finance job wanted you to have a accounting degree or you want to have a finance degree. It was just impossible. This is going back now about 20 years ago, maybe uh,
mm.
15 years ago. So I decided that I was going to go to school because I really needed to do the school to show that I do have the degree. So I did go to school and I got an MBA. And ironically, when then I started looking for jobs, I had to get into one of the entry level jobs, even though I had an MBA, even though I had many years of experience. I on paper, I didn't have a finance experience, even though I had dealt with finances for all my life. So ironically, all the jobs that I applied for, I was being told that you're overqualified. You have an MBA,
Oh,
you want to start so the job that I actually ended up getting with a company called Kimberly Clark, the company who does Huggies and Kleenex, that job actually they told me the same thing, that it was an entry level cost analyst job, and they said you need to you're too overqualified. And I said it doesn't matter because I really want to start. And then I don't want to go into details of. I quickly, obviously, progressed and was able to become the financial lead of the on a mill, and then I moved on to the vice president role. So it all progressed very well. What I want to say is, did I use anything that I learned in an MBA school in my career? Perhaps. I mean, I wouldn't say in any meaningful way. What I used in my career, in a finance career, is all about experience. What I have done, what I did, what I learned. I learned a lot more by doing it and by working it than I did anything that I did in MBA school. I worked my butt off in MBA school. We had to work, long. I was working full time and going to school.
yeah,
So
yeah, I
the long
remember.
hours and did a lot of stuff. And quite frankly, when I think back to it, did I learn anything from that that really, don't get me wrong, the experience was fantastic. I really absolutely loved my university experience. But did it really contribute meaningfully to my career advancement? I can't really put my finger on it. What I can very clearly say is that my progression in my career progression going up the ladder was driven mostly by what I learned and how I did and my initiatives and my interaction with people. So now going back to your original question, is university worth it? Um, I still think nowadays, if you don't have a university degree on your resume, people still, if you're competing for a job with somebody who else that has a degree and you don't have a degree,
Yeah,
you're definitely at a disadvantage. Now, people
sure.
will take into account your experience. Nowadays, you see more and more jobs when they advertise, they say a degree preferred or equivalent experience. And a lot of the tech companies, like Apple and Microsoft, they've moved away from degrees. They're looking more for people coming on board at a young age, right after high school, and getting internships and learning on the job. Learning on the job is a lot more. So I think if you're becoming a doctor, you're becoming an engineer, those kind of roles, you absolutely need to go to school. To become a businessman, to work in business, do you really need it? Perhaps just need it on your resume to get yourself into the door, but that degree is not going to sustain you for a long time if you are not performing in your job. So my short answer to your question is, for those kind of job, business jobs, I don't think it's worth it, but you may be at a disadvantage trying to get your foot in the door. And as an entrepreneur, definitely, because you're going to be a boss yourself, so you don't really need a degree. So that's where what I think about it.
Well, it's interesting listening because clearly for you, in your experience, the change happened once you got the degree.
Absolutely.
That's clearly what happened. But I know that nowadays the job market is a lot more challenging, I feel, compared to the past. And populations have gone up. There's a lot more people in places, and so when these jobs become open, when these jobs become vacant, it's a flood of
I'm
applications.
sure.
And so yes, so honestly, I'm with you on the I agree with you that I feel like if a degree or some sort of high level education is not on your resume, I think that does hinder you,
Absolutely.
even though as an individual and your values and behavior traits might actually be way better
Hmm.
than somebody else with a degree, with some sort of certificate. But I feel like some companies, and maybe it might change in the future, I don't know. I think like some companies are slowly beginning to factor in the personal values and personal traits of individuals. But, when you have an employer who has, you and I have both hired, we've both been in positions when we've hired. I know that you have when you have 300 resumes in front of you, you need to quickly narrow those down, and that quickly could be as easy as, oh, this person's got a degree, let's put them through. This one doesn't, let's not. It could simply be as easy as that.
Yeah, funny you should say that because I was just going to say that obviously I've hired people and I can tell you I personally never put any value on a degree because what is the point of having somebody with a 4.0 average coming in with a degree of like a top of the class, but they can't talk to people, they don't have an interaction,
Yeah,
have relationship building experiences or
yeah,
expertise. To me, that is more important. So when I interview somebody, I don't even think about degree. I think about what have you done in this particular scenario, what would you do? In this particular scenario, what would you do? That is what's more important to me than the degree. I don't put any value in the degree. But as you said very rightly, a lot of people, and now especially the AI and everything, a lot of screening happens
yeah,
with automatically in the system, and it could easily be eliminated. And so then it brings me back to the next thing. The best way to get a job is not your resume, is not your degree. The best way to get a job is recommendation from other people. So if I'm
yes,
hiring somebody, you come to me and say, this Jack, he's just dynamite. He did this, that, the other. He's only got a ninth grade education, but he's unbelievable. I'm going to put a lot more value to that than just looking.
yeah,
I think that's
yeah, that's true.
competition, right? There isn't no hard and fast rule to say this is the way you're going to get you there. But to me, relationship building and ability to interact is the most important.
Yeah, it's funny how you can. I wonder if in these, business degrees or whatever, I don't know, but I wonder if they teach like how to build relationships.
Not
Like,
enough.
right? Do they even teach it? I know they probably talk about communication, but it's and that's the other thing, social, like, technology, I feel like has impacted some of the younger generation's social skills. And just the other day I saw a video of someone like a podcast, someone saying, how do you teach someone how to start a conversation? Like,
Exactly.
that's really scary, absolutely scary. But
But
anyway, I
Bobby, to
wanted
that
to.
point, you're right. Even if they do teach you, it's all theoretical. There is no
Yeah,
opportunity to practice that. Maybe they will do scenario, setting up and all that stuff, which is all very artificial. It is not real. So the only way you're going to get that experience in the real experience is in the real world, and then you're going to learn it through making mistakes because you'll do something that is really
yeah,
wrong. You don't know, what happened, and then you learn from it, and then you won't do it for the next time. So that's
that's your take. No, it's good. I was just curious. I listen. I got another quiz for you.
oh, not another quiz.
Another quiz. So I mentioned about population and people. A lot more people around on the world. So I've got a little quiz for you.
Okay.
So it's about world population. So I just for fun I Googled to see what countries, how many people they have. So I want you. So the list is 234 countries on
Oh,
this list.
from the
So all I
the
want,
most population to the least.
yeah, all I want you to do, name me the top five. You name,
Oh,
have a guess at the top five most populated, and then I'll run the numbers after. You just pick the countries.
I think to me the obvious ones is China and India has got to be the top in the top five. I mean, maybe top two. No, China, India. I mean, yeah, India, China. Um,
Yeah, so India and China are in the top five. That's great. Good job. So
yeah,
three more. Three more.
three more. How about United States?
Correct.
And then we go. Let's go with Russia. Yeah, because Europe, all European countries are small, so there's not going to be anything in Europe, I don't think. Asia, perhaps Vietnam might be up there, one of the Asian countries, maybe Vietnam. Nothing in South America, I don't think. Maybe Mexico, but I don't think so. No. So those are some of the things that come to my mind.
Come to your mind? Okay, so here we go. So the top five are India and China. India won first place with 1.4 billion
Oh my,
population. Then China at also 1.4 billion.
boy, equal.
US, this was really fascinating for me. So US 349 million.
That,
What
that,
a drop.
it is a big
What an
deal, isn't it?
absolute drop from 1.5 billion. Fourth place is Indonesia,
Oh yeah, that's actually makes sense.
287 million. And last but by all means not least in the top five is our cricket country, Pakistan,
Pakistan, yeah, that's
with 259,000. So honestly, for me, when I saw these numbers, I love numbers. It's so much fun. To go from first to fifth is
something.
1.4 billion to 259
Yeah,
million.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
unbelievable.
What do you
So
have the least populated one? What is the last? Do you have that?
I do. Well, I'll get to that. I want to ask you. So obviously, you've lived in Iran. We've been in Iran. We've been in the UK and Canada, and of course, you've been in Bangladesh. So I've done that one too.
Okay.
So what's your have some random guesses at populations for
So
Bangladesh first?
if you said Pakistan was 240, you said to how much?
259,
250,
259 million.
Pakistan. I would say Bangladesh is probably around 200 million, maybe 180 million.
Good job. 177 million. Hey! Okay. And so they're eighth. They're eighth in the list
Yes.
of population.
Okay.
So Iran.
I know that. That's easy. 90 million.
Yeah, 93 million. They're 17th in the list.
Okay.
So UK.
Oh, UK's got to be small. I would say probably 60 million.
Very close. 69 million.
Okay.
22nd in the list. And then finally Canada.
Canada has got to be small. It's got to be probably, I don't know, 40 million.
Well, spot on.
Oh,
40,467.
wow. I did so well in this quiz, man.
You did so good. You nailed the quiz. And Canada was 38th in list of the 234. So the very last country is called Holy See. HOLYSEE. I
Oh, is that
no
the
idea.
Vatican? Is that the Vatican?
Vatican. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
Vatican.
okay. That makes
Exactly
sense.
right. So what's the population? Have a guess.
I don't know, 600,000?
Oh man, you're good at this. 506.
Oh, wow! Nobody's going to believe this. They're all going to think that we all set this up. This was absolutely,
You know, yeah, no,
I had
no.
no idea.
He had no idea. I just Googled population. I love running numbers, and I was for me the biggest thing was
The
the
drop.
fact that US is third, and it's like not even close. It's like a billion less people than India and China.
Before we go, this just something popped in my head. I mean,
Yeah,
one that's China does so well in many sports, right? In gymnastics, and they even did good in skiing because somebody from America went there.
oh,
But they not that good in soccer. And you wonder about that, right? So
yeah,
you never hear about Chinese team anywhere. And I remember when I was growing up in Iran, in Asia, we played China a lot, and we always
yeah.
beat them. So it's interesting that they don't have. Obviously, they don't focus on it because if they do decide to do it, they can probably do it. So
Absolutely. Next, they'll get their robots to play.
that's all right, man. I think we went a little bit over than usual, about 20 minutes today. So I was
Bring
good.
it on.
I love that quiz. We should do more of that stuff at the end of it. It's really fun. All right.
Sounds good. Take care,
Care, man.
brother.
See you. Bye.
Bye, bye.